Good evening. If you would like to listen to a 41-year-old grown adult drone on for about 10 minutes, maybe more, about a skate that I don't think I've skated a skate this much since maybe the Wizard setup. Haven't even skated the 909 since filming for product placement 21. Did I say you've come to the right place? Can't remember. Anyways, I skated 5 times this week, and I think I skated on the weekend, and then I skated a bunch before that. Out of all the stuff I've tested or reviewed, if you can call it that, on this Patreon, this is the thing that skated the most. This is the thing I've been the most impressed by. So I'll just quickly talk about it. Again, this is the 995 Intuition Premium. I got the yellow carbon super feet in here, trimmed to fit. So this liner I use in the Froof Wraps, in my A Eons, in M12s. I used this in the Fifth Elements. Same super feet. I'll just start with what's been happening with my skating. We started filming an edit for Toes this week. We're going to be filming it for most of the month, I think. And I've had some old skills coming back. Some old skills enhanced by this skate. I've done some tricks I haven't done before, maybe, or they're feeling better in this skate. And the biggest thing is this amazing groove. It's pretty much the whole skate. The groove's incredible. It's the groove that I've been looking for since trying all these skates. It's amazing to think that there's like the Froof Wrap groove was like right here. Same with the Rizzers Cults. This is like a proper back angle, and look at how it's breaking in. Look at how nice that is. The sole shape is amazing. The sole material is amazing. The way the UFS bolts attach to the boot and these pieces, so laterally it doesn't flex at all. The shock material between the sole, you can feel it when you do grinds. I think the K2 Nemesis was the first to have like a shock material around the sole plate. And when you lean into a Royale or a sole grind, mixed with this Pbacks, which is another thing that's amazing about the skate, it's just such a pleasant sounding and feeling skate on landings. The pressure, that little bit of pressure point right here that people talk about, it goes away. It's totally broken in. It's basically the medium that I was looking for, so the fit is really good. The sole plate reminds me a lot of the Varsity or the Nim sole plate, which were two of my favorite sole plates of all time. The Pbacks is, I swear I'm less sore skating this skate. It could just be that I'm in good skating shape because we've been skating a lot lately. Who knows? But the Pbacks should be standard on all skates. It's amazing, the shock material between the sole. Something about the Pbacks is the way it snaps out of a grind. I don't know how to describe it, but the way it is springy and bounces back, and the way it distributes shock, even on rough pavement, it was amazing that these even skating anti-rocker on the rough ground at the yellow curb, it felt good. I don't know if that's the Pbacks or if it's the shock material. Not sure. This skate made me enjoy anti-rocker because it fits right. That's the medium size 50/50 frame, and it fits the boot perfectly. Some would say it's like a touch small, but I'm pretty sure that's perfect. There's the only thing is I still haven't figured out how tight I should do the cuff up, because the cuff snaps back so nice when you bend into it. It doesn't need to be super tight but I don't know if my skating's maybe a little bit sloppier because of it, or I don't know if that's because I'm skating anti-rocker. Style-wise, some things are good and then some things are bad, but the biggest drawback for me, the most glaring thing that I would change on this skate is it needs a U-cut or a V-cut. I remember watching footage of people skate Mesmers, and you can see it in Dom Bruce. You can't see it as much in Bolino because he bends his knees. He has such a squash landing, but Dominique Bruce skates a little bit more similar to Todd and I don't know how short Bolino is or how tall he is, but Dominique Bruce looks like he's our height. So he has some similar like movements on what he does, and there's something about this skate that has a little bit of a push forward. So every once in a while, like there's certain moves that feel a little bit restricted, and my stride feels a little restricted. There's like something where it leans you forward, and it's not the heel lift. It's that this doesn't bend anymore past here. So if it stops right there, the cuff doesn't bend back at all. So I'm hoping on the team skate, it doesn't even have to be that much, but you can see even the way that this liner is cut. Most skates have a cut that matches the liner. Definitely missing. Another thing about this skate is I skate it with no shock absorber attached to the intuitions. It felt better that way, and so having my foot or my heel sit even lower, the liner sits lower. It feels the best that way. Todd tried both, and he prefers it that way too. It just felt better. It felt like kind of wobbly and sloppy with the intuition shock. That intuition shock is not made with the best material, but something about having a shock absorber in this just didn't feel good. So it's intuition liner, super feet, no shock absorber. This like little layer of stuff that's between the boot and the sole plate does a decent job. I have, for some reason, like I don't get sore from skating these, but I've like lightly bruised my heel on something today on a down ledge. I don't think it's anything super bad. It's just, you gotta watch stomping tricks. Not that I've been stomping tricks, but if you skate it without the shock absorber. I never got the stock liners with these, so I don't know. I think they came with a really thick shock absorber that would push the heel up even more, but I could just cut this. There's one little thing too, that the cuff kind of moves back and forth. I don't know if I can show you. It's barely, it's like a micro thing, but this, you can like move, here, see it's making that sound? You can kind of like move the cuff a little bit. A minor thing, but nothing too bad. This is really cheap. This buckle feels really cheap. I've had to tighten this thing a few times, and this is, it just feels kind of cheap and this is the only power slidey feeling thing on the skate, is just the buckle. The hardware's all been really good. There was a point where they were brand new and I didn't check the UFS bolts, and they were looser, and I was skating them, there was no clack sound or anything. I didn't even notice. Where in most skates are clack town in general. The best sounding skate, I almost want to get it in a different color, because sometimes you don't feel like a green skate. Sometimes you just feel like a black skate. But I'll continue skating them. This is the best aggressive skate. It's better than the 909. In my opinion. It's just missing a U-cut. And then I'm excited if they put the extra eyelet. I think that will help. And one more thing on top of the cuff. It has a little bit of heel lift without the shock absorber. Now I don't know if I could take the laces out of the intuition. Some people say if you use the laces on the intuition, you can get heel lift. I just think it's because there's extra room in the heel. You can see it in footage. And yeah, I haven't fully dialed in how tight I want the laces and the buckle. I can understand how there was like sloppier thrown skaters, if that makes any sense. But I think Dustin Latimer, there's people who maybe didn't do their skates up super tight, but still had really good style. So I don't know again if it's skating anti-rocker. Maybe I'm getting a little bit lazier, less integrity on my tricks. Some look good. Or if it's the cuff thing. We'll find out as I continue to film, but it's the best skate. You already knew that I was going to say that. It's the best aggressive skate. Hands down. I will still be trying the medium them when it comes out. I will eventually try Faction, but that cuff looks sloppy. And I'll be trying standard as well. But I couldn't have predicted Mesmer and anti-rocker. Amazing skate. Definitely try them. Highly recommend. Keep skating or something.